So now we need something going up from here down here just for the holding. How we can do that, I don't really know, but maybe we start with a cube. So add a cube, go in edit mode, take it in position and scale it. Right, so scale it on the x-axis. That's just fitting in here. For now, I'm just trying some general stuff, maybe that's that I like. So you can just leave it like that. If we're going to make another cup in here, we can just take this face and extrude it down. And maybe in the hole can add something. So like that. We have to go a little bit smaller. And down here we can go down. So make a duplication. And for the other side make a duplication. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. But you see we have a problem with this window here. But we can just select here the whole thing and go a little bit down. So we haven't this problem anymore. Oh, we have to go to individual origin if you want to scale all together. And yeah, it's good. It's good. I hope it's good. I don't know if you like it, but you can write it. You can write it in the comments. I see we have to go a little bit out with our door, or you can go with this type, with this stuff a little bit in. Maybe that's better. Oh, we can't go as that much we need, so go a little bit out of your door. Maybe it's better to do so. Make it a little bit bigger. Alright, so I leave this detail for now. The next thing I'm going to do is add some maybe some detail in here, but it's a tiny detail. So just copy and paste some planks, make a separation of it, put it in place. So I'm going to make it bigger on the y-axis, just a little bit. And this type, this area here, I'm going to bevel, so Command B. So now I'm taking the whole part, make a duplication of it and put it on the other side, on the other door. And now we have just to mirror it on the other side. You can do that by rotating it by 180 degrees if you want to, but you have just to go a little bit up, or you can scale it by -1 on the x-axis. So just press S, X, -1, and you are mirroring it on the other side. Put it in position like that, and you have to recalculate the normals and you are good to go. So we are a little bit too much out of this area, I think, so we are going just a little bit more in like that, and we're good. All right, we need some holding stuff in here, up here. If you don't do that, it's just floating in the air and that's not very nice. So just copy some planks that you like, make a separation of it. You know the drill, put it in place, rotate it on the right side, make it a little bit smaller, but we have to delete this type of loop cuts. Why it's not deleting? Maybe we have a face in here. Yeah, we have a face. So now we can delete it. I think it's going to be in here. So we can just scale it. Okay, it's looking good so far. So it's a big plank, just holding this stuff. And to, we can use our mirror modifier, so put it on the other side and add a mirror modifier to it. Better. Good. Up here we can go a little bit farther. Maybe something like that. That's going a little bit out. And if you want to, you can just put some other holding stuff in here. So just duplicate it another time, rotate it on the x-axis, make it smaller. Just a little detail for this area. Like that. Yeah, it's looking better. All right, very good, very good. If you want to, you can put some other details on the front, on the side, on the back. If you want to, you can just make some breaking planks in here. I can show you if you want to. Go in the edit mode, go in the wireframe mode, press the K button for the knife tool, and just go a little bit spacey. I don't know. Maybe like that. And now we can delete some parts in here. So you can break some holes, if you see. Oh, if you do that, don't forget to use the right command for it. If you're pressing the K button, you have down here some commands you can use. For this specific use, you need to have the cuts cutting through to the object. If you do it like that, I will show you. If you do it like that, you have just this floating, this vertices on one side and not on the other side, and you can't really cut through. So you have to use the, let me see, the C option, cut through. So if you're using the C option, it's now on. And now you're going to cutting, like that, just for example. You have both sides. You see you have both sides in here. And now you can just delete whatever you want and adding some hole in here, like that. So maybe the player can just looking through. And if you do that, don't forget, close the, or maybe just delete first this face, close the gap. But that what I want to do is some other stuff. Maybe we can just select this area, so this plank, activate up here the vertices and go down here with the active element, and now we can just rotate it a little bit on the y-axis and make it a little bit out for more detailing. Same thing maybe here. So it's breaking a little bit the imperfection in here. It's breaking a little bit the perfection, not the imperfection. But so far we are good, and I think we can now create our low poly. You can always do some more detailing in here if you want to, but for now I think I'm going to do our low poly. One thing I want to change is up here this this area, this plank. Make it maybe a little bit smaller. But you see we have a problem if you make it smaller. This roof popping out. So you have to adjust it a little bit more. And as always, you can add some loop cuts in here and do some variation to it. Alright, good. So before we start now with our finalization of the high poly, just a little thing you can do to make the high poly. You can add some bolts or something like that here in the woods if you want to. It's very easy, just add a sphere, UV sphere, make 64 vertices, shade it smooth, auto smooth on, rotate it, and take it wherever you want. So maybe one on this side, one on the other side, same thing down here, and you have this bolts holding the wood. Good, now we can do the same thing if you want to the other parts. It's totally up to you, but it's looking better if you do that. You can do it totally in Substance Painter or in another program you like to paint your stuff, but I'm going to use the Substance Painter. So good, I think I'm going to make this now on all our woods. So I'm going to make this off screen, so we see us later. Good, I finalized now my high poly. I just added these details in here by copy and pasting the bolts. And you can do some more detailing, but I leave it as it is. And I added a handle in here. It's the cube. It's just a cube, and I changed a little bit the form. I beveled these two sides and just grab it, and yeah. Now we can finalize the high poly. To do that, we go simply one by one. We grab one object, go into modifier tab and add a bevel modifier. On the bevel modifier, go to segments 3, amount 0.02, and go under geometry, go here under arc, clamp, overlap out, deactivate clamp overlap, and activate harden normals. If the shading is like that, you have to shade it smooth first and auto smooth on. Now we can go to select the sharp edges, open the end panel, and under item you have this vertices data and the edge data. And under edge data, mean bevel weight, you can adjust it. But you see we haven't any changes because we have to change from limit method to from angle to weight. Now we can change this stuff like that. Don't make too much, and that's good. Alright, you can select all. This one has to be the activated object. Go to your bevel modifier to this arrow and copy to selected. Now you have all the bevel modifiers in every single object. And we can now go one by one through all the objects, select the sharp edges, and go a little bit up with your mean bevel weight. And that's how you make a high poly of that. My high poly is now finished. We can just continue with our low poly, and that's really easy to do. So all we have to do is just to, first of all, move this stuff in a new collection called high, and we are going to duplicate all. Move the duplication in a new collection called low, and now we are going to hide the high collection, so we can only work with our low collection. And I see we have here some, that's that stuff, okay. And now we are going through all our objects and decrease the segments. And at the end, we can just delete our bolts, we don't need them. And now we can check our model if we have some vertices, some edges that we don't need. So we go into our object and we're going to apply our mirror modifier. So we can just delete in here this edge, we don't need them because it's not a holding edge. So just reduce as much as possible on holding edges. As you can see in here, we haven't any edges we can delete, so we are going to leave that as it is. In here, if you're just deleting some vertices like this, you're deleting some holding edges because it's going to be straight, so we can just leave that as it is. Now we can see if we can just delete some vertices here on the rooftop. I really don't think it's all about holding. Yeah, that's all holding edges. So we leave that. Same thing here. We can't really delete some edges. So, oh, maybe I forgot to activate the mirror modifier, to apply the mirror modifier. So do this in every object. So here we can delete some vertices and some edges. There are some areas that are not holding the shape, the general shape. So just select this. So just select the edges you don't need and slide it on the back, dissolve edges, and do this over and over again. If you're done with that, select all by distance and delete them. So I'm doing it that way with sliding and dissolve edges because, so if you just slide it back and then you're going to delete the vertices in here, the edges, you're going to delete this, this bevel. So you have to redo the bevel manually, and I don't like to do that. So I'm going to slide and dissolve edges. That's the better way to do that. In here we can just go a little bit down with that, a little bit up, and delete by distance. Alright, I'm done with this. Hide it, go to the next, and in here we can delete a lot of stuff. Good. If you don't want to do that on all the 4 reels, so you can select one, separate by selection, and go into selection, select all, duplicate it, and then you can put it in here in position. Select a point, press GX, and put it on this point like that. Alright, now we can hide this object and delete the other one. So in here we can't really delete some vertices, so we leave it as it is. Same here. And same here. And in here we can just apply the mirror modifier and delete this vertex in here. Alright, we are done now with our reduction, and so now I like to join some parts together so we don't have here hundreds of objects in here. So just select some parts you want to join. So like this whole wood, join them together. Maybe with this up here. Oh, I see we have here some mirror modifier going on. We have to apply it. And now we can join them with the whole wood part. So now we have, oh, maybe with this too. Then we are going to join the door area. I have to separate them first. So this area has to be joined together. So if we just go to, oh, we have to separate these two. All right, so now we can take this part. We have to separate them too, sorry for that. All right, now we have the wheel, this holding bar, the whole door, and this here. So if you are just animating this, maybe later on you can take this whole part and sliding like that. So to open and to close. Good, we are joining that together. That's the door left. So door left low. Then that will be our door left right. That will be our door right, sorry, low. Good, then we are joining this wood together. So now we have our metal piece. All right, I will join this together. And let me see what we have else. That's our wood main low. Good, we have our door left, our door right. We have our, so we have our wood beam, maybe it's called. And we have our metal. And we have our floor. So I separated them because now we can, so later on we can bake our texture and our maps separately of the object, and it's easier to work with. If you're just adding it into Unreal Engine, maybe you can join them together, separated from, so separate the door from the main object so you can animate it later on. And yeah, so all right, I'm opening up a new window so we can go to our UV editor. In here, it's important then that you are going to activate some option. So let me show you. I'm just starting with this here, go into edit mode. And the first option we have to activate is this one up here, the UV sync. The second one is on the right on this area, on this guides, you have the option display stretch. So you see if it's blue, it's good. If it's going through green, yellow, red, it's too stretched and you have to do something about that. If I'm going to unwrap it now, you see we can't really do something because we have to activate first. We have to put some seams first. So to do that, select the corner and this area here and make a mark seam. select all and unwrap. And now we have unwrapped your model. Good, we are done with this. Now we have the good part of this object, the wood part. So that will be a lot of work, but I will show you another time the process. It's every time the same thing you have to do. Just select the corner, select the whole area here, and press Command E, mark seam, select all, unwrap, and take your unwrapped part and you see we have another problem in here. So I don't really know from where it's coming. Maybe we have you have to place another seam here, and now you can unwrap it and it's good to go. So do that on every single wood piece and we see us later. I finished now my wood parts. As you can see, I separated the sides from the main part because after laying the seams I decided to delete 1/2 so we can just mirror it on the other side, and after finalization of this object we can just work with one side, and we saved a little bit of space in here. But we have still to combine all the stuff in here, so just unwrap it. And now I'm just open up my UV Packmaster 3. Under the packing option you can activate rotation enabled and the fixed scale if you want to, but I just click on pack and we will see how it's going. It's not bad. So we leave it as it is for now, and we are going on with the next part. We have this metal part up here. So I'm going to start with these little details in here. Here, so this is our part. We have to have a lot of details, and this part can be very small. So same thing we are going to do with this side. Same thing, we need a lot of details on this part. And on this we don't need so much damage because it's inside of the building and it's not be visible. Alright, we have to scale it a little bit down. This part is interesting, so we are going to unwrap it. And this part too, just scale it down and we are good to go. So maybe we have just to make this part a little bit bigger. So like that. And good.